She was once the Minister of Education and Sport, and she also comes to grace us with her presence tonight. And there she comes, being ushered in and welcomed. She's here basically to witness history in the making for Uganda. As a vice president, the country hosted CHAN. That's a very, very big milestone. So getting some bit of words from the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, together with the other dignitaries there. Yeah, that's a very good shot there of the Vice President herself going to take her seat. Well, this is a very, very colorful ceremony, I have to admit there. So, joining me right now is Dr. Bernard Ogwell. Welcome to UBC TV.
My pleasure to be here live on UBC.
All right, Dr. Bernard Ogwell comes all the way from Lango. Lango is one of the regions that has produced very good footballers, not only footballers, but athletes in this country. What does this mean for the people of Lango today, standing here as we launch CHAN?
Lango as a region is blessed with abundant talent, and by description, we have set our own history since 1970s, but actually starting 1950s, when the first group of Langese went and played barefooted in London.
Yes.
Those ones, you know them.
I know them well.
That was the beginning, including Obua. So that is a journey, but it's just to showcase that Lango as a region is blessed with abundant talent, not only in football, but also in athletics. Kibwa, having set the record in 1972, give another legacy for the Lango as a community that indeed sport is part of their daily menu. So having seen in the national team, in the Queen's team, we have the captain, Alan Okello, a real product of Lango sub-region. Is a clear testimony of the many things. Okay. And we are happy with the government to recognize this in terms of building a Kivu Olympic Stadium, which will go a long way to shape sport development in the country, in the region, but distinguish us from the rest in a different way.
Dr. Bernard Ogwell represents National Council of Sport. He's the General Secretary, right? Or Secretary General?
General Secretary.
General Secretary. That's a very big portfolio.
Yeah. Yes. That is a very respectable position, and I want to thank government for giving me the mandate to oversee sports development in Uganda. And I'm excited that the development we are talking about today is under my supervision.
When you got the news that Uganda is going to host CHAN, what went through your mind?
I did not get the news. I was actually there.
You were part of it.
I was part of the delegation in Cairo, lobbying to see that Uganda gets the bid. And indeed, we started the celebration. It was exciting. And I can tell you, it's a reason for the many things now happening.
Okay. Well, for the sportsman who's watching you right now, he sees this as a once-in-a-lifetime event. Can we say we still have more CHANs and AFCONs to bid for?
Indeed, this is a great opportunity for Uganda, East Africa, and Africa. But to bring home football is one of the big legacies of government and the people of Uganda. Okay. And I want to salute the government, the His Excellency, the President, my senior minister, who is the Minister of Education and Sports, who is the chairperson of the local organizing committee, for making this happen during this time, this season. Yes.
Let's go down and look at the sports infrastructure, Doctor. How pleased are you with the works that are currently going on in the country in terms of sports infrastructure?
This is the moment, like I mentioned, Uganda is now taking its rightful shape in terms of sports development and in terms of facilities. Having seen what is happening in Hoima City and also in Lira, to note that we are on progress. The stadium in Hoima is at 77%, while Akibwa is at 17%, and we hope we will be moving positively well as we plan to host CHAN this coming month, but also to host AFCON in 2027.
Very good.
Yeah. Somebody will be, and this will be great for Uganda, and it will be inspiring for Ugandan young talents, which you know have spread all over the country. And we think our government has now given us the platform to start realizing this potential.
Let's talk about the Lugogo Indoor Stadium. There's been talk that it's supposed to be renovated and reconstructed. How far with that?
Well, our plan is work in progress.
Yes.
Like you noticed that government advised us to first prioritize on the projects for AFCON and CHAN. And we know as Oima City Stadium get completed, the mindset now is how can they come to start the journey for Lugogo redevelopment. So we are working on that.
All right.
It's work in progress.
Being the man in charge of the National Council of Sport, what is the future of sports in this country, Doctor?
The sky is the limit. We have the potential to drive the economy of this country through sports development, because sports has so many benefits, and above all is one of the biggest industries in the country that government uses to run and drive socio-economic development.
Yes.
We know very well with not only the talents, but the construction of these new stadiums will generate us opportunity to host many international events, bring home many people, many tourists, but open the channel that the whole world comes here, and we shall be able to use that platform to develop ourselves as a nation.
Very true.
The population who are excited and blessed with talents in sports, but also make Uganda the proudest nation ever.
Okay.
My pride. That is what I can say with excitement.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bernardo Guel. I'll be able to talk to you a little bit later, but it's so good to see you here tonight. Thank you very much. All right, that's Dr. Bernardo Guel there with us here in terms of issues regarding to sport. And
yeah, operating in the male-dominated industry is not easy.
Yes.
It requires courage, but first of all, you must not say I'm a woman. You must be measuring to the task. This is my 9th year, and I was the first woman to hold that position in the history of the country.
Yes.
But I can say that the men are so generous. The men are out to teach.
Yes.
The men like women by their side. So please, women who are out there, venture into male-dominated industries. You'll be loved, you'll be taught, you'll be mentored, and you'll be given space to perform.
let's talk about CHAN, that is actually right in our doorsteps in our country. What does this mean for the woman who's watching you right now? What are the benefits for CHAN for the women?
Yeah, sure. It's amazing. First of all, it coincides and happens in a year when we are almost about 15 years down the road for women in football in Uganda. And it also shows that Uganda has been highlighted as one of those countries that are at the forefront in promoting football. Otherwise, we should not have competed and won to win the bid to have the hosting rights. So as a country, we must perform in terms of both women and men, so that together we can put up a show, we can make a case. Because 51% of the world is female.
Yes.
So if we leave that we don't go into sport, it means that a bigger fraction of the population will not be in sport. And besides that, it's a money-making venture. As you can see, there are hundreds and millions of money that has gone into the game. So we cannot miss as women not to be part of that cake. Yeah.
Let's talk about women football in Uganda right now. Since you're the 3rd vice president in charge of women football here, where are we standing right now as women in the game of football?
Yeah, right now, we all know that last year, all camps were for women. So we have won different accolades, both the Sekafa, Kosafa. At the local scene, we have so many leagues. We have the Women Elite League, the Women Super League. We have regional leagues for women. We have excelled, and we have teams. We have under 20. We have all types of participation. And participating is one way to show that you're into the game. But other than that, we not only participate, but we win. And at the administrative level, we have now 50-50 women. We have women represented from the region all the way to the assembly. So we can say that the government of Uganda, led by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has led women to move out of the backyard to the sport. And we can't take lightly. I am here to thank government, I'm here to thank President Museveni, and I'm here to show that I'm an example. Please come.
You know, there are some parents out there who do not want the girl child to be involved in football, in sport. You, as a lady in administration of the game, you as a lady who has been in the helm of sport in this country, what is your message to that parent out there who is not in support of her daughter or his daughter being involved in sport?
Yes, I can tell them that I'm seeing so many women now who have a livelihood out of sport. And I've seen so many players now also looking after their parents and children. Yes. We just gave out the Man of the March. We gave a new motor vehicle to a young girl. Yes. And we are giving them salaries. The government is paying salaries for national girl players. We are also ensuring that people look at sport as a money-making venture. But other than that, it's a healthy practice to be in sport, and it's also a disciplined practice. You cannot get early pregnancies. You cannot be out. So you are in the camp. The issue of getting boyfriend, girlfriend, those are not. So there are so many advantages of a young girl going into sport. But I lead the men mainly because I'm representative of the professional league in Uganda, and I am the head of competitions in the country. So I earn money out of football, so I can feed my family using football. So I tell them, come in sport and earn a living.
Yeah, by the way, for the viewer out there, Uganda has a league that is running for the ladies. And Honorable Nachiwala here has actually been among the people that have made sure that the league continues to run. How's the league going, by the way?
The league is fine. We are in holiday now. We are off season, so we shall start in late September. Because of the CHAN, we are giving room for CHAN, and we, the regulators, are running CHAN. I'm the chairperson of Guest and Hospitality. So it means that by the time we hit the ground, we are giving them the off break to contract. We need a minimum of 2 years per term. We have changed regulations. We now are introducing a new league format. So we are enhancing our league to be more competitive, where every game matters. But I've told the people that when you get into football, it's not only the pitch. I am a director in Fufa TV. I am also a director in Fufa Hospitality Industries. So you can do business when you're not in the pitch, but when you're an administrator and you're also a leader and leading football investment opportunities.
All right, now I want you to look at this camera right there, and I want you to rally Ugandans to come and watch CHAN.
Hey! Yes, if you're out there and you're watching UBC, just know that come the 4th, Uganda will be in the pitch. We have 2 games on the 4th. That is one at 5 p.m. and one at 8 p.m. And Uganda is beginning with beating Algeria. So please iron your dress and get on the pitch.
Honorable Nachiwala, thank you very much for your time. We are very glad, and please keep on doing what you're doing to make the ladies proud. Thank you very much. Honorable Nachiwala over there making sure that everything is going on well. You can sing in. So let's go here. I have the Minister of Tourism. Welcome to UBC TV. Maybe for those who do not know our good names.
Martin Mugara Bahiluka, the Minister of State for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities.
Okay. Now, what does this mean? What does this competition, CHAN 2024, bring to Uganda in terms of tourism?
No, it means a lot to Uganda as a tourism destination. First of all, even as we speak now, there has been a lot of focus on tour destination Uganda as a host country. So just that visibility, both on the African continent, but even globally, is enough, because everyone is going to start talking about Uganda. And we talk about the country, then of course you pick interest in the other beautiful things that the country has to offer, and that's our wildlife, our culture, our food. So the visibility alone, because of us hosting the tournament, is very important. But also the economic benefit that it comes with, because you're going to have thousands of people coming to the country who are foreigners. They are going to stay in our hotels. Later they will visit some of our tourism sites. They will eat our food. So it's a full sector, it's full benefit. So it's big for the tourism and hospitality sector.
Honorable Minister, around how many tourists are we thinking of having to come and watch CHAN 2024 here in Uganda?
That is mainly for CAF. I don't want to overshoot a figure or bring it. And remember, we are hosting among us 3 countries. But no, let me not give my figure, because we've not yet gotten, but we have an estimation of a number we expect, and I think we are happy with it so far. Yes.
What is the package that is on ground for the visitors that are coming? Is there a special package for some of those that have come to watch this competition?
Yes. First of all, we are part of the committee. We are working with the organizing committee, and we are still in discussion, especially in the different areas where most of these tournaments are going to be. Matches are going to be played across the country. There are so many unique features in each and every part, be it in Bunyoro, be it in northern Uganda. So we have a discussion ongoing with the organizers, and we'll come up with the best packages. Okay. But trust me not, whoever comes for this tournament will have an opportunity to explore Uganda beyond just the football.
Being a minister of tourism, there's been this thing that has been moving around social media that we have partnered up with a team in France, Explore Uganda. How true is that?
No. There's no confirmation to that yet. There are discussions with a couple of teams, not specific to whether France or Britain, but the discussion is ongoing. Okay. There are suggestions we have, and yeah, probably in future we'll have a deal closed.
Okay. Yes. Now let's go down and look at our very own internal sports tourism. Many have not yet gotten the chance to tour and explore Uganda that much. What could be your message to, especially those who are watching you right now, in elements of touring their very own country?
Yeah, no. My request still to Ugandans, especially those within the sports sector, that whenever you go across the country to participate, even within our local football clubs, pick some time off, visit the destinations we have in this country. And in every corner of Uganda, there is something beautiful that you can go and see with your family and friends. So I just still want to encourage Ugandans, beyond football, go and explore the beautiful part of Africa.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Thank you both. There was a football competition called the Fufa Drum. That was the very first time that I actually managed to tour Uganda. I have somebody who is very important to this country. He's the government chief whip. He was the former minister of sport. And I can say most of this actually began from him. Honorable Hamson Obua, welcome to UBC TV.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, fellow countrymen and women watching UBC from within and without Uganda.
How were the preliminaries going on? How did you go? Did you do well?
I had the grace of God to go unopposed in holding the flag of NRM for MP Ajuri County.
Ajuri County?
Yes.
For those who don't know Ajuri, where is Ajuri?
Ajuri County is in Lango sub-region, a Leptong district, and this is a district you cannot write the history of Uganda without mentioning a Leptong.
Yeah, they say it is the center of Uganda. How true is that?
No. The center of Uganda is a Leptong. The center of Uganda is not a Leptong to say.
Yes.
The center of a Leptong is in a Molatar. But the history of Uganda I'm talking about, the first Ugandan gold medalist, John Akibwa the late, is a born of a Leptong. The 1964 Zanzibar revolutionary, Field Marshal John Okello, comes from a Leptong. It is also a Leptong where the discussion that ended into bringing independence was done. Because in 1961, it is the current Leptong district that was the headquarters of the late Apollo Milton Obote, who was elected to Legiko and eventually presided over the independence of Uganda at Kololo. So you cannot write the history of Uganda without a Leptong. Absolutely.
So we can say there is no Uganda without a Leptong.
Absolutely, that is right.
That's an interesting one. Let's go back to sport. Honorable Hamson Obua, what does CHAN 2024 bring to Uganda, especially you as a former minister of sport? Where do you see Uganda sport heading to?
I first of all want to salute His Excellency the President, because in all these we are talking about, he has been at the center stage of guiding the progress. I salute him. I also salute Mama, the First Lady, and the Minister of Education and Sports, because they have been very, very prominent in guiding all the progress we are seeing in sports. CHAN is the precursor or a litmus test to AFCON, Africa Cup of Nations. I am happy that the three original East African countries of Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, through their respective heads of state, were able to agree that East Africa should bring this history during our lifetime. We are today here to launch the precursor of AFCON, this is CHAN. And this will come along with quite a number of opportunities. Opportunities to those with hotels, opportunities to those who are cooking, opportunities to those who are farmers, because all these Africans who will come here will be eating our local food, will be sleeping in our hotels, will be using our taxis, and will be touring our tourism sites within Uganda or within the East African three countries of Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. So it comes with a very, very huge multiplier effect. But above all, the African talents will be watched from the soils of Uganda. a country gifted by nature, a country that was described as the pearl of Africa, the most beautiful in Africa, by one of the prime ministers of Great Britain.
Well, this entire concept of CHAN 2024, and of course everything sport, builds around you, because you, when you were the Minister of Sport before, you did a lot, and people actually credit you for uplifting the games and pushing sport so much. But being now the man in charge of the chief whip aspect over the game of government, you actually sometimes speak for government. What is your thought, or what is government's perception in regards to CHAN?
You have seen major investment that government under the stewardship of His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has been able to put. You have seen Mandela National Stadium already done. After AFCON, we are again coming back. You have seen the Oima Stadium progressing very, very well. You have seen the Kibwa Stadium progressing very, very well. You have seen the high altitude training facility in Sebei progressing very, very well. What I can say is that Uganda is a talented country. What was lacking was putting in place the sports infrastructure. And we did commit that before or during the lifetime of NRM, we shall be able to reach where we are. And here we can talk about CHAN, what we have been watching as fellow countrymen and women from other countries of Africa. Now it is coming to home in Uganda. This is a big plus.
Now, before I let you go, I want you to look at that camera over there, and you welcome everybody from Lango for CHAN.
Luak duchumela metia nanawai chawane manu bero gwech ame piretek kamo luoni CHAN. Wano kwa yuuni kado ere wuni binu uno me binu neno gwech kana me tuka beri yapo pad. Tuka beri Uganda, tuka beri Kenya, tuka beri Tanzania. Baduonga tuhuame Uganda agweye inambole. Ame duongu maro binu neno diliye. You are all welcome, and all fellow countrymen and women, you are welcome.
Apoyo.
Apoyo Matek.
Apoyo Matek. Apoyo. Apoyo. I had to go there. I had to go there. Thank you very much, Honorable Hamson Obua. Let's actually have more of the interviews. We're still having a one-on-one talk with, of course, the people that matter in sport in this country, and the people that have actually pushed sport in this country to a very, very big height. Coming to right now is one man who has actually been in very many disciplines. I actually got to know him via motorsport, but not only motorsport, he's almost everywhere. Blick, welcome to the show. President.
Thank you very much, and thank you for covering this live. I think it's very important that Ugandans are part of this biggest event that we've hosted, which is CHAN. So thank you very much.
Well, he is the president of Uganda. No, not Uganda Olympic.
I used to be president, Uganda Olympic Committee, but now I'm a member of the International Olympic Committee. So I sit at
you
the
sit
international.
you sit at the highest office of Olympics. Now it's from there that you can lobby for us to have at least Nambole is okay. A Diamond League or something?
We need to use these infrastructure that we've built to host rugby, to host athletics, to host football, and other sports that can be able to use them. So with rugby, Rugby Union has already lobbied with the World Rugby Vice President, who was in Uganda a couple of weeks ago, to host the Challenger Series for seven-a-side rugby in Hoima. In Hoima. So we are lobbying for that. The First Lady is fully behind that initiative. So we hope that if we can drive international traffic to Hoima, they can also go and visit our tourist sites there, and we promote our culture, and they can also see a very nice part of Uganda.
Well, we can say you had it first here on UBC. You've had it first on UBC. Let's repeat that again. First on UBC. Repeat that again.
We are praying and keeping our fingers crossed that Uganda could host the Rugby Challenger Series in seven-a-side. So we are hoping that the URU will put in a bid. It's backed by government. And we hope that we will be able to host international teams in Hoima, at the Hoima International Teams.
We are praying. But anyway, let's go down to Olympics. When you look at the infrastructure that the government is putting in place, you've talked about Hoima, Nambole coming to speed, and of course, Jonah Kibwa coming to speed. What is the future of Olympism in Uganda as per now?
I think for me, we need to be having infrastructure for our athletes to compete and develop to the best of their ability. With poor infrastructure, you can't develop athletes. So if we have Hoima, we have Lira, we go to Western Uganda, which could be in Barara Kacheka Stadium. We go to Eastern Uganda, it's Bugembe Stadium. If we can develop those and they have an international football pitch, it has a rugby pitch, it's got an athletics track, we can be able to develop real talent. And I think it's important that we develop.
Yeah, coming from a person who played rugby into motorsports, someone would say, has Blick jumped off from the two to concentrate on the administration, or he's still there?
I think I'll always be everywhere. So for me, I can only be made available to do what I can for sports in Uganda, and my door is always open. And when I was asked to sit on Chan and AFCON, it was an honor to serve my country hosting a very big event. So as a sportsman, I'm available for any federation for as long as time permits. I'm here to promote sport in Uganda.
Okay, you as an individual, what do you see Chan bringing for the country?
I think Chan will open up Uganda as a hosting nation.
Yes.
That's for me the most important thing. Secondly, sport is a soft power. So Uganda is able now to market itself as a peaceful country, as a country that loves sports, as a country that where people come, people are going to be safe. So this tournament for me is opening Uganda as a destination for sports, sports tourism, and this is the beginning of everything.
Well, thank you very much, Blick. Very good to see you, and let's hope that we shall be able to meet in the corridor of sport again.
I have a complaint. You have never invited me for an interview. You see, you've never invited me for an interview.
Live on air!
Live on air. But I look forward. I look forward to coming for the interview.
Okay. We will look for you.
Thank you.
We will look for you again. Thank you very much. 2024 that actually gets underway on the 2nd of August. Now, the opening ceremony will be played in Tanzania, and the closing ceremony, the final, will be played in Kenya. We are blessed as you lose as much, but of course, the talking. I'm going to be joined by the minister himself. It's not very good to actually bring a minister under the rain here, but like I love to say, the boy from Ngariam. Welcome to BC. Maybe the microphone's a bit up. Let me ask you a little bit, Honorable Minister. How is Ngariam?
Well, Ngariam is fine. I'm happy that I'm now a brand new Ngariam boy.
Yeah.
As you're all aware, just finished with our primaries. And I want to thank our people for giving me another term.
Yes.
As a member of parliament, flag bearer for NRM.
Yes.
And I'm saying that I'm back to office.
Okay.
Here I am.
Yeah, let's get down to this. What does this ceremony really mean to you as a minister and Uganda as a country?
First, to all Ugandans who are watching us on TV, I want to begin in a special way by thanking His Excellency the President and Mama. Because without his support,
Yes.
this wouldn't be here.
Yes.
I really want to commend our President for loving sports and for loving Africa and for loving East Africa. As a Pan-Africanist, he is the one who made this possible. It is him whom we went to. Talk to him with our idea of wanting Uganda to co-host AFCON. He did help us talk to his colleagues.
Yes.
The President of Kenya, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania.
Yes.
No wonder we were able to put up a joint bid as per Moja. And I want to say this. Friends, here we are.
Now,
For young people out there, it's an historic moment.
Somebody would actually ask, Honorable Minister,
Yes.
where did this idea of Uganda hosting African Cup of Nations and Chan come from?
Well, I want to thank entirely the Football Federation of Uganda Football Association, Engineer Moses Magogo, and his colleagues, particularly the President of FA Kenya and the President of Tanzania Football Federation. They came together and looked at how do we make this go through.
Yes.
But Engineer Moses was able to come back home, held a meeting with us.
Yes.
We went to meet the President. And
Yes.
that's why I want to thank our Minister, our mom, for accepting the idea and for following it up with the President. And I entirely want to say this. In terms of sports infrastructure development,
Yes.
what this competition has done for Uganda is historic. And I can promise you, sports in Uganda will never, ever be the same again.
Beautiful,
As I pledge.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, you actually cornered some section I wanted to speak about, rather, the sports infrastructure, Nambole Stadium, the beautiful Hoima Stadium. We have a Kibwa coming up. Where do you see our infrastructure in future, Honorable?
In all this, I commend the President and Mama, because there's having a plan,
Yes.
but there's also not failing to execute that plan.
Yes.
And I can guarantee you, the investment government is putting into the sports infrastructure in the next 3-4 years is almost about 1.5 trillion
Yes.
Uganda shilling.
Yes.
So when you talk about Nambole, it was the president who directed that the stadium be renovated.
Okay.
And that rings into our mind. He loves football. He loves sports. And he was once a sportsman, but a footballer and a cricketer.
Okay.
Secondly, now when we talk about Akibwa has been a long, outstanding pledge.
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
I want to confirm this. It's again the president who directed that we earmark resources to have Akibwa fully developed. And as I speak now, Akibwa works are going on, and government is going to spend 505 billion shillings.
550 billion.
505 billion.
505 billion.
The construction of
Yes.
Akibwa.
Okay.
It's going to be a multi-sport, not only football, but also other sports discipline.
Yes.
So then we're also looking at coming up with additional infrastructure to support Akibwa.
Yes.
That's why we talk about the Gulu Airport.
Yes.
We talk about the training pitch in Peche.
Yes.
Talk about Gulu University training pitch.
Yes.
And also there's a plan to have the shortcut between Konayeri and Bobby, which is a shortcut to Gulu,
Yes.
worked on.
Yes.
All this comes because the president is consistent in the vision for on how such facilities can be useful in terms of developing Uganda, because it's also having facilities which become white elephants.
Yeah, very true, very true.
But now, with the planning of our head of state, those facilities will never be a white elephant. Tomorrow after Chan, after AFCON, we can now begin bidding for other competitions.
Yeah, oh,
at
sorry,
Uganda.
yes,
So,
yes.
I once said this, that's an excellent. Then now talk about Hoima.
Yes.
Hoima is 70% works going on well.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Everyone has actually recommended it. Very good.
And I can guarantee you, Hoima is going to be one of the best stadiums in this country. Now, we're also having Nambole. Well, we're having a competition beginning on 2nd, but also there's some additional works which is meant to be carried out to fit into the CAF guidelines which they gave us.
You okay?
So for me, I thank my minister for all the time being there for us. Every time we've gone to her, she has been able to solve our problems. And entirely, for me, history in the making, I'm here to celebrate.
Yeah, very true.
And I'm happy that as a young man who grew up watching football on the screen,
Yes.
the rest of African countries,
Yes.
is here to say, here we come, Uganda, here we are. No wonder I tell the people of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is our president today, tomorrow, and for the future. That I can speak with authority, and we are ready to move horizons to ensure Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who is our candidate as NRM, retains the seat, because he has kept on saying, in sports, the government is here to do more.
Yeah,
and I
very
want
true.
to commit and say,
Yeah.
as this appointed Minister of Sports, Mr. President, you have done your part. To the young people of Uganda who believe in sports, time is now.
Yes.
That we must all rally behind our dear President. To my mother, there's nothing I can't thank you more than
Yeah.
thank you
Very
so
true.
much
Yeah.
for being there for us. Always, you've been there guiding us. For me, it's an honor to work with her. I have worked in many areas, but my minister is my mom, guides, and always support the point.
Okay.
So to the people of Uganda,
Yes.
and those who are here, if you're not here, I'm happy the big network is here.
We are here.
Please, what is here is historic. You can watch on TV. The country, Chan 2024 is a reality. And today as a country, we are setting the stage here in Kampala.
Well, to remind you, viewing here, is that the Honorable Minister here is a footballer, and he actually plays for the Parliament team.
Yes.
They are champions of East Africa.
Yes.
Though not yet champions of Africa, not
Not
yet.
yet, not yet.
They are still looking to be champions of Africa. But before I let you go, because you're a very, very busy man, Mr. Minister,
Yes.
what message do you have as a minister to the young boys who are watching you on TV and seeing such a colorful ceremony right now on UBC TV? What message do you have to them watching right now?
The first one, I must commend my president and my dear mom, Minister of Education and Sports, for ensuring this becomes a success.
Yes.
Because there's one thing winning the hosting rights, But there's a second thing of making it be a reality.
Yes.
Now as we speak, I can authoritatively say Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania is ready for CHAN 2024. Second is to ask all Ugandans to rally behind my president in the forthcoming elections, but also to ask them to rally behind our national team,
Yes.
the Cranes,
Yes.
because we will be hosting South Africa, Niger, Algeria, Uganda here at home.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
The ticket prices are
Aha.
very, very, very accommodating.
You have hit a very sensitive part.
Because the biggest is 10,000 shillings for purposes of ordinary seats.
Okay,
And the
10,000.
highest is 50,000 for VVIPs.
Okay.
So these are the ones when Team Uganda is playing.
Yes.
So for that matter, I call upon the people to come in big numbers to support our team, because we are the 13th or the 12th player in the pitch. It's by us being there to support our team. To those who are not believing on us, please, you've talked. Where have you been? Where is the publicity?
Yes.
Where is what?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
we have come, and I can guarantee you, I am ready to answer any question, anywhere, anytime, in as far as this competition is concerned, as the co-chair and on behalf of my chair, local organizing committee, who is Mama, the first lady. I want to thank her once more for being there for us.
Okay.
And to all Ugandans, feel free, if you're able to watch us today, here we are launching CHAN 2024 in Uganda and in Colorado.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.